If you need help looking for counselling jobs, keep watching. My name's Mayanthi, I'm a qualified counsellor, and I make videos all about how I became a counsellor and what you might want to know if you're looking to become a counsellor as well. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and keep watching. Okay, so firstly we're just typing in seek.com.au and it comes up with this page. So in the keywords, I'm going to type counsellor. And I'm going to put in Melbourne just because that's where I am, and seek. So this is just going to show a few jobs that are coming up. So we've got Kids Helpline Counsellor, Student Counsellor at a school, another Kids Helpline Counsellor, 1-800-RESPECT Counsellor, so that's for domestic violence. And as you can see, that says remote, so you can work from home, flexible work options, mental health online counsellors. And so as you can see here, it has ACA, PACFA, ASW or APRA. So that means the person that they're looking for has to be registered with one of these registration bodies. So they can either be a counsellor, a social worker or a psychologist. But again, it is remote, so looking for counsellors to work from home anywhere in Australia. This one is with Eastern Health, so with a hospital group, and they're looking for multiple social worker roles or psychologists. So again, even though you might be hoping for a counsellor role, if you read further, it does say social workers or psychologists. Child protection is another area that you might be interested in. So this is kind of a starting salary. This one's looking for a peer practitioner to work in perinatal anxiety and depression. A lot of people ask about school counsellors, so there's this job here, and let's just have a click on that one and see what are the requirements. So this is at St. Catherine's School. So it gives you a bit of background about the school, and then here it tells you about the role. So they're looking for a school counsellor to join the student wellbeing team on a full-term basis for a 12-month fixed-term contract. But it has the possibility of becoming ongoing, so that's always a good thing. Alright, so to be successful with this role, you need to have experience within the school education sector, although it does say will be a distinct advantage. So it may not be a requirement, but if you do, it would be an advantage. And then it says qualifications in counselling, social work, youth work or psychology. And if it's psychology, it can be provisional or unregistered. Actually, that may be for all areas, provisional or unregistered. So that's interesting that you don't have to be registered under the registration body to be able to get this job. Demonstrate understanding of student mental health and well-being, ability to provide short-term counselling and well-being interventions, ability to identify when issues require referral to a registered psychologist or external professional. So you do have that kind of support network outside of just you working at the school. You can refer on to an external psychologist or professional, and so that's always nice, because as a counsellor it is important to have extra support and not feel like you're the one with all of the responsibility for someone's mental health, because it does usually require a team of care, so it's nice to know that the school supports that. knowledge of child protection legislation and reporting responsibilities. So in Australia, we have reporting responsibilities if there's any kind of mention of harm to self or others. So it's important to have knowledge and know how to do that. Strong communication and interpersonal skills with the ability to build rapport with young people, families and staff. So that should come sort of, I would say, easy to someone who's wanting to become a counsellor. There should be some natural level of interpersonal skills. So that's always something that is nice to know that you don't need to really learn. It should just be something that comes naturally. But then that part of building rapport with young people, families and staff may need to be something that's worked on. Then a collaborative approach to supporting student wellbeing in conjunction with other support staff. So again, as I mentioned before, it does kind of take a team to support people's mental health and well-being. So it's nice to know that it looks like the school has a team like that. High degree of professionalism, discretion and sensitivity. So again, that's something that should come naturally. Strong organisational and record-keeping skills. Proactive and adaptable with a passion for supporting student well-being and a commitment to the ethos and values of the school. So in terms of applying, it says you'll be requested to upload a letter of introduction addressed to the principal and a resume. And if you have any questions regarding this opportunity, please contact Human Resources via this email. So I always recommend, if you're looking to apply for a job and you're really interested or passionate about that opportunity, it's always worthwhile contacting the HR team or the contact person mentioned on the job ad, because it just shows that extra want and passion for that role, and it could just help you stand out when all of the applications come through to them. So let's have a click on this link. So then you find out more about the school. It is a girls' school, so that might be of interest if you're interested in working with kind of young women and working in that field. And it just gives you an outline of what to do when applying and all of their other opportunities as well. So you would find the counselling role on their website and then apply from there. So in terms of looking at roles and making the job kind of suit you, there are other buttons that you can click here to filter out the search. So let's have a look at work type. So it comes up with full-time, part-time, contract temp or casual. So let's put in part-time as an option. And then another drop down here is how you will be working or where. So on-site, hybrid or remote. So let's put in remote for this one. And then you can put in how much pay you're looking to get. So let's put in 60,000 as a minimum, and it can go up to 350 plus. What is classification? So that is, I guess, the area, and it already kind of picks up what you're looking for. And then listing time, you can look for when it was listed, and we've just put in any time, so that is fine. So here it shows jobs that you can do part-time, remote, and from 60,000 is the pay per year. So it shows a lot of those other jobs that showed in the normal search. This is a new one that wasn't in the other search. This is also a new one. This one's looking for a psychiatrist. And if you can see, psychiatrists can earn, or in this job, earn up to $900 per hour. But psychiatry does require you to study medicine and then specialize in psychiatry. It shows up with a speech pathologist role, a telehealth and mental health coach, and that's for afternoon shifts. So those are the ones that shows up when I use those filters. So you might not just be looking for a counsellor role, you might be looking for, say, let's type in youth mental health and see what comes up. So it still has this one, which is the peer practitioner. Maybe we'll get rid of these filters and we'll keep all of these, and we'll still keep from 60,000. So it's coming up with an NDIS mental health support worker. And as you can see here, it's showing $35 to $40 per hour, flexible shifts close to home with regular clients. So support work is great if you do want to share your skills with clients, but not be completely clinical, because it's more of a social role that you play in their lives. Then you've got the Kids Helpline Counsellor. So we'll have a look at that one in more detail. So this one shows that it's working at Kids Helpline, which is fast-paced, dynamic, and deeply meaningful. So it gives more information about the organisation. And this is the information about the role. So let's see what kind of qualification you need. Alright, so it says here, so it requires a relevant bachelor degree in psychology, social work, counselling, or human services. So here it's saying bachelor degree. So I guess a diploma would be okay if you have a bachelor's first in one of these fields. And then it says a minimum of 1 year counselling experience or other related experience in working therapeutically with young people. So for example, before I completed my degree, I worked with young people through Relationships Australia. I worked with them in schools and running school holiday programs. So that would work as related experience in working therapeutically with young people. You also have to have the ability to work a minimum of 48 hours per fortnight across a range of shifts, which is 24/7. So you do have to be flexible with your hours, have a high level of technological competence, demonstrate ability of or capacity to acquire telephone and online counselling skills as practiced by your town. So it looks like you'll get some training with your town if you get hired. And then it lists some of the benefits that you would get if you were employed by them. And then how to apply. So if you believe in the power of young people and in yourself, joining the team at your town and having an amazing impact on the lives of young people, their families, neighbourhoods, and the wider community. So you apply through this link here, and they have got a specific contact. So they've got a name here and a phone number. So as I said earlier, it would be good to contact Marnie and speak to her directly, because again, it just helps you stand out from all of the applications that they would get. It would help you remember their name and show that you are passionate about the role. So I hope that gave you a bit of an understanding of how to look for a counselling role or a counselling related role in Australia. Obviously you can put in other options into the filters, and that will help you find other opportunities. But if you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments down below if you want more videos like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.